Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 17th of July 2024. Now the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market, guys, has definitely pumped up since the last 24 hours, and what I'm really liking is that the volume of stable coins, this is definitely pumped up as well. But look guys, regarding Bitcoin, what did happen is that Mt. Gox, they went in and transferred 14,000 Bitcoin. Now thankfully this did not get transferred to any exchanges, but it did get transferred to a cold wallet. Now because of that news, guys, the market marginally went down, but it has definitely recovered. So in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss where did they went in and transfer these funds. Now look guys, whenever any token or cryptocurrencies do go ahead and transfer funds to centralized exchanges or decentralized exchanges, it just means one thing, that they want to go ahead and dump it, isn't it? And usually what happens is the prices tend to fall down. So we'll definitely go ahead and have a look at that. Now regarding Bitcoin, guys, I do have a really interesting news, and this is all the way from France, and there is a plan for pension plans to be connected to Bitcoin, and this is to something called as Bitcoin exchange traded note, and this is done by VanEck. Essentially, guys, what they're doing is they want to offer Bitcoin exposure, and they want to do it through a French pension saving plan. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now look guys, if you're in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, you would have probably heard about fake Toshi, isn't it? And that is Dr. Craig Wright. Now last year, guys, there was some drama with the UK court, and looks like he has lost the cases. Now there's an update to that, guys. He's facing perjury charges. And what happened, guys, yesterday, Judge James Mellor found that Craig Wright lied extensively to support his false claim of being Satoshi Nakamoto. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now look guys, so far Satoshi Nakamoto is concerned, at this point of time it really doesn't matter who Satoshi Nakamoto is, because look guys, the software developers after him are definitely technically much more capable. If you look at some of the developers in Ethereum, they're definitely much better, isn't it? Now regarding Satoshi Nakamoto, guys, in order to claim that you're Satoshi Nakamoto, all you need to do is go ahead and sign the private key, isn't it? Unfortunately, guys, Craig Wright is not able to do that. So I'll go ahead and touch base on this news. Now the final news, guys, is connected to President Donald Trump. And in the episode that I released yesterday, guys, I talked about JD Vance, who is his vice president pick, isn't it? Now there's a lot of news going on regarding JD Vance and his stance regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now look guys, it's absolutely great that the vice president pick by Donald Trump is very much into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And guys, there is a particular video on C-SPAN where he's actually talking about some of the benefits of Bitcoin and blockchain. And apart from that, there are a couple of videos where he's going ahead and bashing Gary Gensler. Now look guys, if you're in the cryptocurrency world, you definitely want to check that out, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and cover quite a lot of news regarding this, guys. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, I will be covering two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now look guys, since the last week, I'm not finding any news regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies from the Middle East region. I'm finding only news regarding artificial intelligence, so I'm not sure if the cryptocurrency and blockchain world is particularly dead, at least so far as the news is concerned. But both the news, guys, I'm going to be talking about today has to do with artificial intelligence. Now the first one has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia's AI leader is named among the world's leading fintech companies. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the second news, guys, has to do with the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. And Abu Dhabi's Open Innovation AI and NAScales have ambition plans to deploy 30,000 GPUs. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kick start with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the Statement of Corporate Social Responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now since the last 24 hours guys, the global cryptocurrency market has definitely pumped up a lot, and if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, it has crossed a $100 billion mark and it is at $101.04 billion. Now what I really am liking guys is the volume of stable coins has increased as well. Now look guys, it just means one thing: in the next coming days, the prices will definitely be heading in a positive direction, isn't it? And if you look at the global cryptocurrency market guys, today it is at $2.37 trillion. Now since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.23%. And if you look at the volume guys, since the last 24 hours, it is up by 34.01%. Now look guys, whenever you're looking at the macro level snapshot, you need to look at the 24-hour volume and then compare it with the volume of stable coins, and then also look at the 24-hour trading volume guys. That would give you some indication on which direction the prices are heading towards, isn't it? Now unfortunately guys, the volume in DeFi is not looking great. It is well below the $6 billion mark and it is only at $5.92 billion. And as of today guys, 17th of July, DeFi is accounting for only 5.86% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is below the $100 billion mark at $98.36 billion. Now so far as total value locked is concerned guys, Lido still dominating at $33.76 billion. Now if you look at decentralized to centralized exchange dominance guys via DeFiLama.com, looks like there is a massive anomaly once again, because it is showing as 50.09%. But if you look at the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges, there is a new exchange and the volume is showing somewhere around the $50 billion mark. Now look guys, this is definitely somewhere over DeFiLlama.com once again. So what I've already done guys, I've taken a snapshot and I've gone ahead and sent them a direct message. I'm pretty much sure guys, they will go ahead and rectify it, because look, only in last year, they have made this error 3 times in a row, and they often reply and state that there is an error, and they often thank me for notifying them as well. So look guys, whenever you're looking at information, particularly let's say via DeFiLlama.com or even CoinMarketCap or anything, don't take it at face value. If you do see some anomaly, try to go ahead and check it, and you will be surprised guys, most often than not there is some technical error. Now let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges guys, because Uniswap is showing as number 2nd via DeFiLlama.com, but I'll consider it as number 1, and the volume is at $2.44 billion. The number 2nd guys is Radium, and its volume is $1.33 billion. PancakeSwap guys is at number 3rd, and its volume is $811.24 million. The number 4th guys is Orca, and its volume is $405.74 million. And at number 5th guys is Curve Finance at $305.34 million. Now look guys, the volume of stablecoins is definitely looking good. It is at $92.87 billion, with Tether USDT leading the pack at $79.14 billion, followed by Circle USDC guys. Its volume is $8.30 billion, and FDUSD, its volume is $4.70 billion. Now look guys, one massive trend I'm observing since the last month is that the volume of Circle USDC has definitely overtaken the volume of FDUSD. Prior to that guys, for roughly around 6 weeks, the volume of FDUSD used to overtake the volume of Circle USDC, isn't it? So could it be possible that there's some partnership that has fallen down from FDUSD? Or really, I'm not sure, but this is definitely an area worth looking into. Now that thing being said guys, the volume of stablecoins is accounting for 90.95% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now let me quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now at the outset guys, you definitely need to look at the 24-hour volume of Bitcoin, because it is at $42.37 billion, and because the prices have increased guys, this just means that people are buying a lot of Bitcoin, isn't it? And pretty much the same thing is happening with Ethereum as well. Its 24-hour volume is $21.55 billion. Now look guys, this is definitely positive news. Now it's going to be really interesting to see guys how the market reacts in the next coming days. Because look, Germany is no longer offloading any of the Bitcoin into cryptocurrency exchanges in it. So I wouldn't be surprised if the prices reaches new all-time high. And yesterday guys, I talked about Larry Fink, that he does see Bitcoin as a financial instrument, isn't it? And that is definitely positive news, not just for Bitcoin guys, but for the global cryptocurrency market. Now if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, it is pumped up to $1.27 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap is at $416 billion. Now if you look at the dominance guys, Bitcoin's dominance is at 53.72%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is 17.50%. Now let me quickly run to the market cap of lending tokens guys, and to be honest guys, this might be the very first time that I'm running through these numbers. Now the number 1 is MakerDAO's MKR token, and its market cap is at $2.73 billion. It's going to be really interesting to see guys, as and when MakerDAO reaches its end game, what happens to its market cap, what happens to the price of MKR tokens, and what the future of MakerDAO's DAI is. Now the number 2nd is Aave, and its market cap is $1.54 billion. The third one guys is Compound, and if you look at the difference between Aave and Compound, the difference is absolutely massive, because the market cap of Compound guys is only $355 million. The fourth one is Goldfinch, its market cap is $237 million, and the number 5th guys is Credit Coin, and its market cap is $180 million. Now look guys, one trend which I've observed particularly so far as Bitcoin cryptocurrency is concerned, there is always a dominant player, and usually it is the top 2 performing platforms. Look at the market cap, let's say, of lending tokens, market cap of, let's say, Bitcoin or Ethereum, or even privacy coins, or even if you look at the volume of decentralized exchanges, it is always the first 2 or 3 that does take a significant lead, isn't it? This is just an observation and trend I feel which exists in the cryptocurrency world. Now look guys, so far as cryptocurrency is concerned, CoinGecko, which is one of the leading platforms, they have provided a really interesting crypto industry report, and they have actually highlighted 7 points. So what I want to do is guys, I want to quickly run through these 7 points, because it does provide a macro level snapshot of what is going on in the cryptocurrency space, particularly in the second quarter of 2024. And what they state is that the total market capitalization has dropped by 14.4% in 2024 quarter 2, and it has been outperformed by S&P 500 by 3.9%. Now regarding Bitcoin, guys, it's no surprise. What they have said is that the prices fell by 11.9% in quarter 2 of 2024, and the prices were ranging between $58,000 to $72,000, and it is below the all-time high of $73,000. The third thing, guys, what they mentioned is regarding the Bitcoin mining hash rate, and it has actually gone down by 18.8% in quarter 2 of 2024. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely not great, isn't it? But it is an understandable metric as well, because once the Bitcoin halving kicked off, miners, they have to go and spend more, but they're getting less in return, isn't it? Now, the fourth point, guys, they mentioned in the crypto industry report has to do with the top 15 CoinGecko categories in 2024 quarter 2, and they were meme coins, followed by AI and real-world assets, and they were accounting for 77.5% of web traffic. Now, the fifth point, guys, I mentioned regarding Ethereum, and as per the report it states, is that Ethereum added 128,000 Ethereum to its supply as the mission outpaced the burns. Now, the sixth point, guys, is to do with spot trading volume, and so far centralized exchange is concerned, it did touch $3.40 trillion in quarter 2 of 2024, but it is a significant decline of 12.2% from the first quarter of 2024. Now, the final point that they mentioned is regarding the spot trading volume on decentralized exchanges. And what is positive to note, guys, is that the volume of decentralized exchanges has increased by 15.7%. And so far as the volume is concerned, it is at $370.7 billion. Now, what that report acknowledges, guys, that this increase is due to a surge in meme coins and airdrops. So definitely a really interesting report. Now look, guys, I'll definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and check it out. Now let me quickly run through the price of Bitcoin, guys, because the price of Bitcoin is at $64,830. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.18%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 12.24%. Ethereum, guys, is definitely pumped up, and it is at $3,464. Now, since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.08%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 13.36%. Now, look, guys, I've been saying this over and over again. The moment we find out some news regarding Ethereum spot trading going live, the prices of Ethereum will definitely be pumping up, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if the prices of Ethereum crosses the 4,000 mark, to be honest. Now, so far as the price of Binance BNB is concerned, it is at $576. But since the last 24 hours, guys, it is actually down by 0.26%. But since the last 7 days, it is up by 11.25%. Now, look, guys, so far as Bitcoin is concerned, last few weeks, guys, there were two negative news, isn't it? The German government was dumping a lot of the Bitcoin into centralized exchanges, and apart from that, Mt. Gox, they started the restructuring plan in the first week of July. Now, regarding Mt. Gox, guys, yesterday there was a teeny tiny update, and Arkham Intelligence, guys, they actually identified that Mt. Gox did actually move 140,000 Bitcoin, which is worth nearly $9 billion. But thankfully, guys, they did not go and send it to a centralized exchange. Rather, they went ahead and sent it to a cold wallet, and this was sent to two unknown addresses. Now, this definitely raised quite a lot of concerns. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, it does go ahead and provide you with a public address. And according to Arkham Intelligence, guys, Mt. Gox still holds 138,985 Bitcoin, which is valued at $8.7 billion, and they have started mobilizing funds after every 2 weeks. The look, guys, almost 96,000 Bitcoin, which is over $6 billion, was shifted to unknown wallets, while 44,422 Bitcoin went to a known Mt. Gox wallet. So in total, guys, 190,000 Bitcoin worth over $12 billion were moved within 3 hours. Now, so far as the unknown address is concerned, they received 42,522 Bitcoin, which was worth roughly around $2.69 billion at the time of writing. And what that report also states is that there is another 4,641.24 Bitcoin, which is worth $293.94 million. This was also transferred to Mt. Gox Cold Wallet. Now look, guys, this particular address that we have has not yet moved the Bitcoin, but unfortunately, guys, that has caused the market sentiment to shift, and the prices of Bitcoin did actually go down. Now, it's also important to note, guys, that 48,641 Bitcoin, which is roughly around $3 billion, was sent to another unknown address from the main Mt. Gox wallet. So look, guys, so far as this drama is concerned, it is going on to cold wallet, and that is one of the reasons why the prices hasn't dumped down. But let's say, guys, if we were to identify that these were going on to centralized exchanges, we would have had the same situation regarding the German government, isn't it? So let's see, guys, over the next coming days, if this drama unfolds and the prices of Bitcoin tends to go down. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news all the way from France. And Vanek guys, they have teamed up with Invest and they want to introduce the first Bitcoin exposure. And they want to introduce the first Bitcoin exposure to a French pension saving plans. And they are using Bitcoin to ETN, that is an exchange traded note. And the $407 million Vanek Bitcoin ETN guys will now be available for French pension saving plan investors. Now so far the ticker symbol guys of Vanek Bitcoin ETN is concerned, it is VBTC. I'm pretty much sure V stands for Vanek, isn't it? Now regarding the French pension saving plans is concerned, it marks the first digital asset accessible to them. Now look guys, while Vanek has warned investors about the volatility of cryptocurrencies, they still view Bitcoin as an innovative long-term asset. Now if you do need more information guys, all of the details are in the show notes below. Now look guys, if you're truly into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you should definitely not be liking this news, because look, there is no way the Bitcoin ecosystem benefits by it. None of the Bitcoin holders benefit by it. The only people that benefit by this is the trillion-dollar company and billion-dollar company like Vanek, because looks like they are buying a lot of Bitcoin, and what they are doing is they are converting it to something called as ETN, that is exchange traded note, and they're going ahead and selling the exchange traded note to people who want to go out and buy it, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure guys there's some fee associated with that, and Vanek is making funds based on that phase. Now if you're a true Bitcoin maximalist guys, you definitely would not be liking it, because look, Bitcoin was created precisely for this reason, isn't it? So that transactions take place peer-to-peer. Now that thing being said guys, it is great that people are innovating in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, but look guys, I've always said this, when you talk about Bitcoin now, it is only the multi-billionaires, trillion-dollar companies, and early adopters who are benefited by it, isn't it? So these are things you need to think about as well. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding fake Toshi. And what happened guys is yesterday, that is 16th of July, Judge James Miller found that Craig Wright lied extensively to support his false claim of being Satoshi Nakamoto. Now Satoshi Nakamoto guys is a pseudonymous name, and he is the author of the 2008 Bitcoin white paper, isn't it? Now Judge Miller's ruling indicated that Craig Wright's false testimony warranted referral to Britain's Crown Prince Services for consideration of perjury charges. Now Copa's legal team guys, they presented substantial evidence and expert testimony exposing the falsehood in so-called fake Toshi or Craig Wright's proof of identity. Now if you do need more information guys, all of the details are provided via Cointelegraph, and it is in the show notes below. And it also talks about the drama between Craig Wright and Peter McCormack, who's the host of What Bitcoin Did podcast series. Now additionally guys, it's important to note that the High Court of the United Kingdom issued a world freezing order on 5th of July, freezing Craig Wright's assets, and this order allowed podcast host and entrepreneur Peter McCormack to recoup around $1.9 million, which I believe is roughly around 1.5 billion pounds, in legal fees from a 2019 libel case against Craig Wright. So look guys, this is definitely not ideal, particularly if you're a Bitcoin Satoshi Vision fan, isn't it? I'm pretty much sure guys the prices of Bitcoin SV has definitely fallen down as well. Definitely unfortunate news, not just for Bitcoin SV guys, but for the cryptocurrency market, because it is not right that someone is pretending to be Satoshi Nakamoto, isn't it? Now guys, look, President Donald Trump is making massive news in headway so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned, isn't it? And yesterday guys, he did went in and announced his vice president pick, and that is JD Vance. And guys, in a recently surfaced video, JD Vance, the new running mate of Donald Trump, has been seen criticizing SEC Chair Gary Gensler, calling him the worst person to regulate the cryptocurrency industry. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, the details of the clip is in the show notes below, and that is circulating in social media quite a lot. And look guys, earlier today, I did have an interview with Christopher, who's the Chief Information Officer of Triton Liquid, and we also talked about how US elections will impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And what he said is, let's say if the Republicans do take office, it doesn't matter if they got an act on it or not, but just the perception of Republican taking over the office will definitely be positive news for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now regarding JD Vance guys, there are quite a lot of videos circulating where he's talking about the regulation, and what he's actually talking about, that regulations is ideal as long as it protect investors, but they definitely should not be stifling innovation. And in 2021 guys, he openly said that he does own quite a lot of Bitcoin. As a matter of fact guys, if I'm not mistaken, he did actually state that he does own somewhere between $100,000 to $250,000 worth of Bitcoin, and this was while he was running for Senate. Now look guys, President Trump will definitely regain office, and it's great that his vice president pick JD Vance is a massive advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? So look guys, looks like President Trump and JD Vance want to go ahead and make Bitcoin great again. So these were the news guys on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And look guys, I've mentioned this thing earlier as well, that since the last week or so, I literally am not seeing any news regarding cryptocurrency, blockchain or even metaverse, particularly from United Arab Emirates. So I really am not sure what is going on. Could it be possible a lot of momentum is driving towards artificial intelligence? Most likely yes, isn't it? Because both the news I'm going to be talking about is to do with artificial intelligence. But let's go ahead and discuss the first news, that is to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the news essentially guys is that Saudi Arabia AI leader is named among the world's leading fintech companies. So let me go ahead and share this news guys, because this is to do with a platform called as Mozen, and it is spelled as M for mother, O for orange, Z for zebra, Z for zebra, and N for November. And Mozel's innovation platform called as Focal has played a key role in this recognition. And Focal guys is an AI-powered risk and compliance platform that actually prevents financial crime, and the platform redefines how businesses navigate regulatory complexities. And Focal guys enables organizations to enhance risk intelligence and streamline compliance. And Dr. Mohammed Al Hussein, the founder and CEO of Mozen, has expressed pride in exporting Saudi technology to international stage. Now the recognition guys reflects Mozen's relentless pursuit of innovation in AI-driven financial risk and also the compliance field. Now Mozen is aligned with Saudi Vision 2030, championing innovation and growth, and Focal guys has shown remarkable growth and expansion across multiple dimensions, and there has been a significant increase in Mozen's partner network, and the number of individuals guys that is screened in financial transactions processed by Focal has substantially grown, and they have seen a 350% increase in customer acquisition since 2022, and the number of customers using more than one product has grown 4 times in the same period. So look guys, artificial intelligence is definitely turning out to be quite fruitful, particularly so far as usage is concerned, isn't it? So definitely positive news. Now let's go ahead and touch base on news from the Abu Dhabi Emirate guys. And Abu Dhabi's Open Initiative AI and N-Scale's ambitions plan to deploy 30,000 GPUs, because OpenAI Innovation AI and N-Scale, they have teamed up to democratize AI development and deployment, and this partnership guys aims to enhance AI performance and scalabilities for enterprise globally, and both companies focus on sustainability in the operations. Now Open Innovation AI guys is an Abu Dhabi-based GPU orchestration platform with AI and data science tools, whereas N-Scale, it is a cloud service provider delivering optimized AI workloads. Now this strategic partnership guys aims to deliver AI cloud services and optimize AI workload at scale, and the alliance plans to deploy 30,000 GPUs over the next 3 years, and this phased execution plan will meet the computational demands of complex AI tasks. And the CEO of Open Innovation AI has highlighted the mission to drive innovation and efficiency in artificial intelligence. Now look, our sustainability is a core principle of Open Innovation AI as well. Now this partnership between OpenAI and Scale aims to enhance AI workload performance, scalability and accessibility while prioritizing sustainability. And Open Innovation's AI platform guys is hardware agnostic, integrating seamlessly with various GPU hardware, and this partnership will focus on collaborative innovation and developing a unified strategy to foreign end-to-end AI solutions. Now Open Innovation AI guys will leverage N-Scale's GPU cloud capabilities to enhance its platform, and the combined solution will include artificial intelligence as well as machine learning tools as well. It would also include resource monitoring, logging, jobs management and resource allocation. And the CEO of N-Scale, that is Josh Payne, has emphasized the potential of the high-performance computing resources. And N-Scale guys operate a 60 megawatt renewable data center in Norway and plans over 400 megawatt of greenfield site expansion. Now this partnership aims to meet the growing demand for scalable and efficient AI solutions across industries globally. So look guys, artificial intelligence is getting a lot of mainstream adoption, but so far as cryptocurrency and blockchain is concerned, looks like we're still in planning stages in it. Now look guys, if you're someone who's using a decentralized app that is connected to blockchain technology, mention them in the comments below. Now mind you guys, I'm not talking about DeFi sectors or NFTs. I'm talking about, let's say, LinkedIn, Tinder or Instagram that is actually working on a decentralized app platform, because that is essentially what decentralized or distributed app is in it. But look guys, artificial intelligence is already here and the use cases are already live. So these were the news guys on cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And guys, please feel free to go ahead and check out my website. You will find loads of information in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, metaverse, central bank digital currencies, and even artificial intelligence. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Aaron who asks, what are your thoughts on the recent Mt. Gox Bitcoin movement? Now look, me personally, I definitely did not like it because movements such as this definitely creates quite a lot of panic, isn't it? And Aaron, the recent movement of 140,000 Bitcoin on Mt. Gox has definitely stirred the cryptocurrency market because just in the last few days, the prices were pumping up, but because of this news, it has definitely created a mix of concerns and curiosity among investors. Now look at it, on one hand, the transfer of such a large amount of Bitcoin, which I believe is worth nearly $9 billion, does actually signal that Mt. Gox is actively managing its assets. Now this could be seen as a positive step towards resolving long-standing issues that were related to exchanges' histories in it. However, because of Germany dumping the market and because of Mt. Gox restructuring plan kicking off on the first week of July, the market's reaction has been understandably cautious. Now if we look at the prices right now, it is definitely pumped up, but the sudden mobilization of a significant portion of Bitcoin supply definitely can create short-term volatility and uncertainty, isn't it? The many investors at this point of time are pretty much sure of very potential sell-offs which could possibly drop the prices in the next coming days. But look, the volume of stablecoins look pretty good, but look, there's not much panic created because of this. Now the fact that some of these Bitcoins were moved to unknown addresses does actually add an element of unpredictability, and this will be contributing to the shifting market sentiment. So look, Aaron, what I do feel is that while the movement indicates progress in Mt. Gox asset management, they also highlight the delicate balance in crypto markets dynamics. So what I feel, it is really important to remember how significant players can influence market conditions, and staying informed to these news is absolutely critical, isn't it? What would happen, let's see, if Michael Saylor decides to go ahead and dump the Bitcoin? That would be absolutely catastrophic as well, isn't it? These are things you need to think about as well. But really interesting question. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.